a lot of speculation recently about what's really been going on in the Marx Cards PSA group sub situation kind of gone wrong. Well, we have new information from the bankruptcy filing that can shed some light and give us some answers. Stick around. Hello to all my sports card collectors, investors, all of my collectibles friends. How are you? We are getting closer to the end of the week. I hope that everybody is doing really well. I'm starting to feel a little bit better. Little housekeeping note. We did have Jeff Wilson on the weekly Off-Centered show on Brad, the Comeback Card Investors channel. That was last night at 9 p.m. Eastern. If you missed it, it was a good time. We kind of went back and forth, a little bit of banter here and there. Had a great time discussing various topics with Jeff and looking forward to seeing him and his team and the rest of a lot of the hobby folks out there at the Culture Collision show in Atlanta at the end of the month. But definitely check out that live stream. It was a fun one. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. We're coming out with almost daily sports card and collectibles content. It's a blast. We really enjoy it, and we're glad that you are here. And the like button helps to balloon this balloon. Balloon this video out into the world? I don't know. Anyway, a like would be very much appreciated. And also connect with me on Instagram at The Personal Finance Dad. Same thing on Twitter, The Personal Finance Dad. And lastly, thanks to our sponsor. Big thank you to today's video sponsor, Anylot.com. This amazing site has the ability to search millions of cards through thousands of different sites to find the cards that you're looking for. And to top it all off, it's free to use. So literally, you just put keywords in for the type of cards that you are looking for. The AI machine works its magic and sends you an email notification when it finds your cards. The site does the work for you. So check out Anylot.com. Okay, guys, I caught this today on Instagram. Card Porn always does some really good investigative work and also just brings to light different things, different going-ons in the news. And there is an attorney, Paul Lesko, does a lot of this stuff on Twitter. I follow him on Twitter, but he is an attorney that covers a lot of the hobby going-ons. He takes a look at all the different various lawsuits between hobby manufacturers or grading companies or whatever it is and throws in his insights. And he did so here. He goes over the bankruptcy filing, offers kind of what his thoughts are, and that's what we'll be talking about here, and then I'll kind of throw in my 2 cents at the end. So first off, if we're looking at the filing, Marx Cards shows assets estimates between $50,001 to $100,000 with no funds available for unsecured creditors, and there's a belief that there's somewhere between 200 and 999 creditors with estimated liabilities between anywhere from $1 million to $10 million. That's quite a spread, whether we're talking about $1 million and $1.01, or if we're talking about 10 million. That is a wild spread there. According to Lesko, it looks like Marx believes they may have potential actions against Gems Only, who is another group that essentially they're saying alleged failure to pay for group submissions. A bookkeeper who may have received more compensation than should have, and then also Collectors Universe PSA for shutting down for 6 months and not processing cards in a timely manner. There's also note here that the bookkeeper is missing in action since November of 2021. That's not good. Just trying to figure out that piece, and then also just notes of mishandled, false statements, mishandling of information by the bookkeeper. The list of secured creditors who have claims is 133 pages, according to Lesko, averaging about 7 per page, 7 creditors per page. Most of them are unsecured, which is not good. And I was like, you know what? What's the difference between a secured creditor and a unsecured creditor? And so I would look this up. Any creditor so this is on the secured side, any creditor or lender associated with investment in or issuance of a credit product backed by collateral. unsecured creditor is an individual or institution that lends money without obtaining assets as collateral, leading to a higher risk for that creditor. And so I have to assume that the folks that are just sending cards in without getting any sort of collateral back, because that's not really how bulk submissions work. When you send into a bulk submitter, you're not essentially, you're lending them an asset, I suppose, but you're not getting anything in return for that. And again, I'm just an idiot on the internet. It's a talking head on the internet, okay? But this is what it's looking like to me. So yes, and here it says that a lot or most of the people, it looks like, are unsecured creditors, which stinks. And then at the end, Lesko states here that submitters should expect to get more info in this case soon from the court trustees. So it's working through the courts. They are working on it. Of course, this is going to be, probably fairly lengthy, just trying to unravel all the stuff. PSA has already said that they are going to grade the cards. They are working overtime to try to find the cards and match them with their owners. What an absolute mess I'm sure that job is. We had already talked about that, but PSA is doing really a solid here. From a PR standpoint, it does look really good that they're picking this up. They're not paying for any fees up and above the actual grading fees or shipping and handling, but they are paying or taking care of that initial kind of that grading fee. Good on PSA for doing that. As stated previously, it's just a terrible situation, obviously, for those that are involved that have cards out there. The hobby is a hobby that is a trusting hobby. We are full of trust. And, there are loads and loads of good people. We talk about this. I definitely do believe that there are mostly good and honest, solid people in the hobby. And just like any industry, you're going to have things that go wrong. You're going to have stuff that happens. There's going to be controversies. There's going to be scammers. There's going to be all these different things. But all in all, the hobby is a great place. This is a big story, though, and it is, something that it's important to talk about because you have to really be careful at the same time. It's like, look, we have a great hobby. There's a lot of awesome players in the hobby, but we also have to be careful that, we're keeping a close eye on every last little detail, where we're buying cards, how we're buying cards, and everything. For those of you that are watching that have been impacted by this particular event, I feel for you. I'm sorry for you. And hopefully it gets cleaned up soon so we can kind of get on with life. And I think it'll just be, they'll tighten up a lot of different things because of it, just to make sure that, hopefully this sort of thing doesn't happen again, or just less likely to happen again for all parties involved. Guys, have an amazing rest of your day. Don't forget to check out Anylot.com, our sponsor for this video. We will talk to you again soon. Stay healthy. Stay awesome. I will talk to you again later.